Hello and welcome again. Now let's get into the form factor specifically. One thing that I think CompTIA did really well in their 901, 902 objectives is get rid of some of the crafts, some of the really antiquated technologies, like the original ET style motherboard from the beginning of the personal computer. Instead, the exam objectives start with ATX, which stands for Advanced Technology Extended, and Intel developed this motherboard form factor in the 19, and it's still standard even today because it's really intelligently designed. You see it right, a gigabyte brand motherboard that uses the ATX form factor. This is standard motherboard for full-sized systems. So if you buy a desktop computer that has anything resembling a standard size case, I don't care whether it's horizontal or vertical, it's probably going to use the ATX form factor. And based on our discussion a couple minutes ago, I'm hoping that you're already identifying things like where the CPU sits, where your memory banks are, where your expansion cards and external connectors are. That's what I mean when I say that these motherboards consist of the same basic component. Now, I said that a motherboard physically consists of layers of fiberglass, and these copper traces pathways that connect all of the components of the motherboard. One thing that motherboard manufacturers do at the end of the fabrication process is they use a process called silk screening to print on the motherboard surface. And as you see here, Gigabyte absolutely fits the motherboard, not only with branding information, but even more importantly, it will label components and label in often cases where your pin 1 is on a memory slot, so you can have an easier time when you're doing a hardware upgrade or a system build. You want to avoid at all costs trying to insert a component in the wrong direction. Hopefully that makes sense. As I said, ATX being the standard motherboard form factor, any computer system that looks something like this is going to have an ATX board on it. The board is normally going to go on the left or right side of the case, and then the other side of the case generally will pop off to give the owner easy access to the inside of the computer chassis, because we don't want the motherboard shorting itself out on any metal in the case. You will find that motherboards, when you install them, they get installed on plastic razors that keep them off the surface of the case a little bit and keep them sort of suspended. Again, that's to establish electrical neutrality. We will talk about grounding elsewhere in this learning path. See you in the next video.